So I swear I hit the button to unmute my mic and I started talking and, yeah. Anyway, hello. Obviously, back here today with Test 4 Oblivion. And, yeah, I'm having a day, guys. Having a day. You see, let me bring it in here. Yesterday I bought a lovely, loaf of sourdough bread. Like a baguette, basically. And I got some good Irish butter. And I was like, oh, this would be so nice. I can have this with different, I can have it at breakfast. I can have it with some soup. Just good food, right? And, put it in the cabinet. And I woke up this morning. And, like, half of what was in the cabinet was on the kitchen floor. My coffee, on the floor. My AeroPress, on the floor. And, also on the floor was about half a bag of rice. So there's like a pound of rice on the floor. And I just know, if they got to the rice, and they knocked all this other stuff out of the cabinet, the cats also, they got the loaf of bread. And on the counter, I find not a crumb, not a sliver of this bread. You know what I find? The packaging, and that's it. The cats have taken bread from me and wasted like half a bag of rice. You know what a dog would never do? It's not that the dog wouldn't eat the things, it's just the dog wouldn't climb into the cabinets, after the dog has been thrown off the counter 1,500 times. But okay, we're back with Oblivion. My character. See, last night I was like, oh, I'm gonna take like a screenshot of my character, and it'll be cool because you'll be able to see her. If I take the ring off, and I took the ring off, and her whole body was visible except for her head. So, just kind of being ruined on this stuff. Alright, we got a text message. What are we doing? Alright. Okay. So, after I hopped off the stream yesterday, I went ahead and kind of like, I did that quest to turn in the wine, but I think I want to just kind of progress a couple of different quests here. I want to progress Mage's Guild a little bit more. Why do I keep clicking everything but the map? Who knows? Let's see what we need to do for the Count of Skingrad. This has a very, Kingdom Come Deliverance vibe to it. Oh, that's right. Doesn't the Count's quarters... Yeah, okay, we need to be here during the daytime. Okay. Still can't go in there. And I don't know if it's just that the count is, yeah, it must just be that the count stays in there for a while each day. Okay,
Good to see you.
Sorry, I don't know. Why is the count not in the county hall?
Hi there.
Must be nice being in the Mages
Well
Guild.
met.
If they need something reached.
Yes,
Really?
The Mages Guild, you say? Oh, the Count is quite aware of your presence here. He simply has no interest in granting you an audience.
Oh, that's right.
Now that I've seen you myself, I can't say that I blame him. Nevertheless, I shall endeavor to change his mind on the subject. Return tomorrow. Perhaps he will see you then.
I don't want to learn how to conjure things. I want to learn how to get rid of things.
Interesting.
Okay, fine. We'll just heck off. You know what? The Countess of another town, or another county, she wants to talk to me. So, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to her. Castel Bruma. Look, girl, when I die, build a statue of me being like, yeah. Look at the banners. Just set that to like Darude Sandstorm. All right. Where's my girlfriend here? Let's be here in the morning. At least my coffee is good today. Cats couldn't take that from me. They almost did. They almost spilled the container of coffee, but the lid stayed on. And I guess they don't care for the smell of coffee unless it's been
You've got a real bounce to your step. I'll bet you're quite the acrobat.
Bird. His lips were completely out of sync. The cats only seem to care about coffee grounds after I make them, because that's when I'll throw the filter in the trash and they have to drag it out of the trash and get it everywhere. All right.
It's a pleasure to... I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolgan gave you whetted your appetite.
It was 25 gold, ma'am.
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Nerina Cavane. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying. Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history. In fact, I'd be so bold as to proclaim my collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
Okay.
The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake, coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Pale
Are you
Pass.
familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
No, and I don't care. No.
Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, the Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The two armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivek. They didn't count on Lord Vivek forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind, he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on two fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea.
Classic tactical blunder.
Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Gerald Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumor, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone. If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game?
Yeah, sure.
I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary, written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site. I paid several scouts to try and find the ruins at Pale Pass before I hired you. They were only able to locate the first of a series of landmarks. These landmarks are mentioned within the diary. The one referred to as Dragonclaw Rock has been located. I'll mark it on your map.
Oh, that's
The rest
that
is
rock
up
we
to you.
found recently.
My scouts reported bitter cold and dangerous creatures in the area, so they couldn't proceed. Be cautious and return home soon. Good luck.
All right.
May the path ahead be free of danger.
I think I don't remember if I talked about this off stream, but I went up in the mountains and was exploring around, and I was talking with Sam about
You've got a real bounce to your
a location that I feel like I imagined, and I think that this quest might be to go to that location. I think what she's talking about, like Pale Pass, is what I was talking about. So maybe in my original playthrough of this game, I came across this quest and did this, but then didn't remember. Like, I remembered the quest. So yeah, that's the Dragonclaw Rock. But I remembered it being in the Gerald Mountains near Skyrim, and I remembered it being in the far north of the map. I just didn't remember, how to get there. Okay, first of all, let me get my magicka back up. I think I want to walk out here instead of fast traveling. It feels more natural. I'm in the mood for some walking simulator action. I think it's mostly just because of this running on a newer engine. So as far as the graphical fidelity goes, this area makes me really feel like I'm in Skyrim. But getting real Skyrim vibes from this guy who's only played Skyrim. Consult the messenger's diary. Okay. Whoops. I'm hitting buttons I don't mean to hit. It's like caps lock and Q both being next to tab, which opens the menu. It is with a heavy heart and a trembling hand that I penned this latest entry. It's been several days since I've seen anyone else on the road from our garrison at Grey Ridge. The road is lonely and treacherous. I'm rationing my supplies to prepare for a tough path ahead. Sorry, I have to yawn. As long as Riemann Cyrodiil's army hasn't located our headquarters at Pale Pass, the journey should be fairly uneventful. I admit, I am nervous. It is an honor to be selected to carry these orders to our fort, but sending me alone is a calculated risk. While it is not my own life I'm worried about, it is the importance of the contents of the orders that aggrieves me. If they are somehow lost, the fort will not know that their supplies are going to be delayed by a month. Without that knowledge, the fort may choose to press the attacks in the front line as their supplies dwindle. They are counting on those supplies to be there sooner. I must not fail getting this message there. The slate rock that the orders have been carved upon for safety weighs me down, is a constant reminder of the more than physical burden I carry. Day 7. It's been 2 days, and I finally arrived at Dragonclaw Rock. The huge formation is a welcome and invigorating sight. The giant stone appears to reach down from the north and strike at the heart of Remus's fort. Remus? Not Riemann? Heart of Remus's forces, like our armies have been doing for the better part of a year now. I have still encountered no one else on this trail. I hope that as I head due west along the narrow path, I will find someone who can give me some news as to how our men are faring in the war. Hang on again. Sorry, I'm getting awful yawny for some reason. Day 8. After winding my way westward, I have come within sight of the Sentinel, a huge statue placed there by some unknown artist many years ago. It stands watch pointing north, as if daring anyone to cross the borders into the Imperial nation. Remus would be quite angry if he knew we used this very statue as a waypoint into his domain. Last night, I encountered another one of our messengers who had been beset by a pack of mountain wolves. His leg was hurt badly, but I managed to help heal it with an ampule of medicine I carried with me. He said his name was Silage, and he was on his way from Pale Pass to request more supplies. I discussed with him the irony of our meeting, and he decided to travel with me back to the fort since his mission would be needless. We plan to leave at nightfall. Day 9. I'm using much of my remaining strength writing this. As we had made our way north from the Sentinel, we were attacked by perhaps the same pack of wolves that had attacked Silage. I had chased them off earlier after being bitten, but now that they had tasted blood, they had returned in greater numbers. Fighting back to back, Silage and I slew at least 8 of the beasts, but not before one of them clawed my gut and left a terrible wound. We were able to drive them off, but now I am bleeding badly, and the only medicine I gave to Silage. We have decided to continue north until we reach the portal to the Serpent's Trail and seek cover inside. I will try to write more soon, but I must sleep. I am so very tired. Day 11. This is the last entry I shall be able to write. We entered from the Serpent's Trail nearly a day ago, seeking shelter from the elements and the wolves. What we did not foresee was the creatures had decided to make Serpent's Trail their home. I did not see them clearly, but they were huge and strong. Silage died instantly as one of them cleaved off his head with a single stroke. There were 3 of these huge, ugly, man-like creatures. I ran as far as I dared through the dark tunnels trying to escape, but as I fled, one of them hurled a boulder at me and struck me square in the back. I managed to crawl through a smaller opening and escape the lumbering monsters, but I soon realized that crawling is all I would be able to do. I think the boulder shattered my spine. I can no longer feel my legs. My wound from the wolf attack has reopened, and I have lost much blood. I fear that this is as far as I shall be able to go. I have failed my mission. I've been unable to get these orders to the fort at Pale Pass. I am so close, yet it may as well be leagues away since I can no longer walk and my strength is draining. If a fellow messenger or soldier picks up this diary, please get the orders to the fort before it's too late, and please tell my wife, Vata, that Zeferi will always love her. Alright. So, Dragonclaw Rock. We go west until we find the Sentinel. And then... where was it? North from the Sentinel. So... Is this Dragonclaw Rock? Or is that Dragonclaw? Okay, west. Oh, look. Look, the minimap is actually telling us Serpent's Trail is that way. So, that is kind of an unfortunate aspect of a change to the gameplay, altering the kind of how the quest is designed. Again, my weapon is not invisible, but I am. Seems to be a lot of visual bugs in this game. Oh, there's the statue. I was way off of it. Hang on. I know I'm being attacked, but oh. I have to get something out to attack these with. Whoa! I'm doing like nothing. What a group of enemies to be attacked by. Whoops. So, okay. So, there's an ogre down there. I was supposed to go like exactly west to find the Sentinel. And then it's north from the Sentinel to the Serpent's Trail. But see, like I was saying, the Serpent's Trail... See, the sense of scale from the diary versus the sense of scale from the game. Like, hold on. This is Serpent's Trail. It's not even 150 steps from Dragonclaw Rock. So it's like, this, the way it's written in the journal, it makes it seem, or in the diary, it makes it seem so much farther. But this has to be the quest that I was talking about with sound. You know, this is one of those things where I really like the story that was told in the journal was really neat. But this is going to be a place where the gameplay kind of fails because of the sense of scale. It's very much a, what do you mean no one was able to find this? It's right here. Right? So, like, you have to kind of fill in the gaps with your imagination and say, oh, well, Dragonclaw Rock is actually, like, kilometers, whole kilometers away from the Sentinel, which is whole kilometers away from the door to the trail, because you could just see the door from the rock. So it's like, it's one of those things where the scale of the game kind of lets down the storytelling. But I think if you're just kind of, if you just let yourself, you can let your imagination fill in the gaps. I've discovered the body of the messenger who penned the diary I've been carrying. Even though he died over 1,000 years ago, the bones have been well preserved by the frost in the caves. He seems to be clutching something in his bony hand. I should investigate. Okay. One kind of complaint I have about the scripting for quests in Oblivion is I really wish that I had gotten up to him like this and been like, oh, this is the guy. And then, like, you know, searched his skeleton, got the Akaviri orders, then got that message. Okay. You cannot equip this, so I can't read it. Okay. I mean, it's understandable. Ooh, an ogre. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear the thunder, but it's pretty... It's been a pretty rainy and stormy spring where I live. And I'm kind of stuck in this situation where I need to mow my grass, and my grass keeps getting taller, but I can't mow it because it's wet. And it's wet because it's raining, and because it's raining and my yard gets full sun, it's just growing that grass. Just kind of didn't feel like going through the effort. Legendary spell absorption, okay. So this is funny. The candles placed upon the top... I don't know why I said upon. The candles placed upon the top of the chest. The candles on top of this chest, when you open the chest and it animates, oh, that just looks horrible. Alright. A mountain lion and an ogre. I guess I killed it. See, that is 100% a case of that ogre should not be able to spot me after I've gone around the corner. Sea Strider's helmet. Oh, it's a water-breathing helmet. I know there's a few dungeons in the game. I can still go past this, though. What? It's a lion de la montagne. Uh-oh. Kind of messed myself up there. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. Just another will-o'-the-wisp. I should probably, like, hotkey weapons, but no big deal. Man, mountain lion, then a will-o'-the-wisp, then a bear. It's like one right after the other. And then an ogre. That just feels way too dense. Oh, a Daedric helmet. Feels way too dense. I've noticed that a lot from games from kind of this era. Is that... I guess because of the hardware we had at the time, things were just a lot slower. So, like, the placement of enemies felt farther apart. I don't know. I've emerged from the Serpent's Trail and found myself face to face with the legendary Pale Pass. A path winds down into the snowy valley. If I follow it, it should lead me directly to the ruins. Alright, I finished my coffee. My coffee. Alright. No, this has to be the quest that I was thinking about. Right? Because we're... Yeah, we're up in, like, borderline into Skyrim. We just have to find this fort. Or camp. Kind of whatever it amounts to. There's another ogre up ahead. Oh, there's 2 ogres up ahead. And... Oh! I expected him to keep walking. And loose. Right over his head. Nothing a little lightning can't alleviate. Afternoon, the snow areas look great. They do. I think this is just me being a Skyrim millennial, but getting real big Skyrim vibes off of this. Guy who's only... Look at these pine cones. Right? Let us see. Another one. Right in the thigh, right? See, I really wish that the Elder Scrolls had Fallout's locational, like, damage for times like that, where I could, like, put an arrow in their thigh, slow them down. Alright, yeah. There we go. We got statues. I don't know if that's the statue that I remember. I'm gonna download Skyrim again just because you said that. I mean... I'm actually... Okay, I've got kind of set plans for what I want to do as far as content here on my YouTube channel for the next few weeks. But one of my plans for this year is I'm going to get the Platinum for Skyrim on the PS4. I have it for the PS3 version and the PS5 version, but I don't have 100% on PC, and I don't have 100% for... I don't have 100% for the PS4 version of the game. So, that'll be my... One of those will be my annual Skyrim revisit. See, like this right here? You drop this music out and throw in Skyrim's music, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Is he... What? What? He's like stuck in the rock. He is a rock master, alright. He is the master of being inside that rock. A rock smasher, sorry. Oh, that's a different implication. He's trying to smash that rock from the inside. Thank you for your body coming out of the rock so I could get my arrows back. Oh, yeah, see more statues. But I must have come here at a lower level back in the day because I don't remember the ogres. yeah, look at this. You know, there's the part of me that thinks, like, when they put these statues here, they were like, oh, it's like that part in the Lord of the Rings. You're gonna, like, pass between the statues. Discovered the crumbled walls of the once mighty Fort Pale Pass. It appears to have been destroyed by a landslide long ago. I should proceed into the ruins and search for the Mad Stone. Clicking through that caused me to fire off an arrow. Let me look over here. We just got some iced over water. Wait. Look at this. Look at this. In the ice, yeah. Todd Howard absolutely did that on purpose. Well, it's one of those things that, to be fair, I mean, it's, you know, limited by the hardware of your time kind of stuff, but think about the influence Lord of the Rings had on guys like us, and then imagine you were just a little bit older and you were working at Bethesda Game Studios. Like, part of me has to wonder if the reason why Cyrodiil isn't a jungle is because they wanted to go for a more traditional fantasy aesthetic because of LOTOR. So something I was thinking about was one of the new subclasses in Baldur's Gate 3 is a barbarian that's really good at throwing. Like, throwing people, throwing objects, and so on. And I was thinking, it would be so cool to pull off... It would be so cool to pull off a barbarian and a dwarf, like in co-op. And the barbarian throws the dwarf. You're gonna have to toss me. Watch this. Wow! See, look at that. He hesitated because he was so amazed. Tried to smash me out of the air, boy. I would actually be really interested to know what Todd Howard, like, personally worked on in this game. Because we have some clues about what he personally worked on in Morrowind. And I wouldn't be surprised to learn that over the years, because he, like, took more directorial, like, responsibility, that he didn't personally, like, program stuff like he used to. Because we know that, like, when you fire up Morrowind and you're in the first little town, that he did a lot of the programming for what is essentially the tutorial quest in that game. Or the, like, tutorial area. And he also did, I think it was the Imperial Legion quest line. It's kind of like his programming is, like, all over it in the game files. But it'd be interesting to know kind of what ideas that made it into this were specifically his. And that's mostly just because he gets such a bad rap these days. And I think if people knew more about what he did, other than being the face of the company and the, you know, father of lies, as he is painted. Honestly, they basically made Cyrodiil a French/Scottish countryside feel. Yeah. And, well, you know, and it's one thing you have to kind of be careful with, because this should kind of be the setting for High Rock. Like, if they were to set a game in High Rock, it should be more like this, because the Bretons are known for their battle mages and for their, like, chivalrous knights. So you have to kind of be careful to not, like, eat your own lunch on this. Because if they ever, like, let's say Elder Scrolls 6 takes place in High Rock, if they're not careful, it's just going to be like, this is just Oblivion, guys. Oh, you're over-encumbered. We stay over-encumbered. What are you talking about? I don't need these soul gems. I don't need these silver goblets. You know what? I should have, before I set out, I should have dumped a bunch of these alchemy ingredients. It doesn't help that I am carrying... See, I actually expected the Daedric helmet to weigh more. Bretons have always been my favorite subculture. Yeah, me too. One of the last big runs of Skyrim I did, I was a Breton, essentially pure mage. Like, I didn't do anything with any other, like, martial skills. And I also went full vampirism on that character. And it was mostly kind of a spur-of-the-moment role-playing decision. It's because I took a quest early on to like, go clear a dungeon, and I contracted the vampire sickness. So I just kind of went with it and said, okay, this character's a vampire now. And I didn't really think of a justification at the time, come to think of it, of why she wouldn't go try to be cured. But maybe it was just more like she woke up with these like new powers and like this new kind of life, essentially, and she was like, huh. But it's interesting you mentioned subcultures. As soon as it loads in, let me show you something. You'll notice that like I'm a dark elf, right? And it just says race dark elf. So when you create your character in this remaster, if you select dark elf, you can select your subculture of Dunmer, whether you are from the island of Vardenfell or you are from the mainland. And I didn't look at what it was for every class, but like for Bretons, you could be from High Rock or from another part of the province. And I hope that's something that they continue with in the future. As far as, like, I mean, I would like to see backgrounds, and that's partially a background thing. But it was one of those things where, like, ruined Akaviri shield, ruined Akaviri katana. I wonder if I can get a actual not ruin set. The ruins appear to be infested with undead Akaviri. I don't know how long they've been trapped here, but I should proceed with caution. I need to locate the Akaviri commander of the fort, who is said to possess the Draconian Madstone. In talking about cultures that are part of the Elder Scrolls, I know I'm not alone in this, but it would be really cool even if it was just a DLC. But it'd be really cool in a future game to be able to explore even part of Akavir. And that's just kind of like when you come up with a culture or race that's on a completely different continent that you don't explore in your main work. Like, some of the most interesting stuff in A Song of Ice and Fire is the stuff that is not covered in the books. As far as it is mentioned, but nobody goes there. Like, for example, north of the wall, the continent keeps going, but nobody has explored it. Nobody's mapped it. And some people theorize that the continent actually loops back on some of the other continents, so that theoretically you could walk from Westeros over to the more eastern reaches of the world. Oh, come on now. Thought he was going to be dead. But another thing about them doing Bretons, like if the next game was in High Rock, that kind of feels like Tainted Grail is going to eat their lunch on that. That's the way forward. Okay. Because Tainted Grail is like explicitly Arthurian legend, but the Bretons really feel like they should be able to have like references to Arthurian legend in their game. Are you gonna make it up here? You just gonna give up? Cool, thank you. Security increased to 72. What do we get at 75? Only one tumbler will fall when you fail and break. Oh, super useful. We've got the skeleton key. It kind of sucks that they put in this kind of in-depth lockpicking mechanic just to put an item in available at level 10 that turns it off. I mean, I'm not complaining, because... Oh! I'm not complaining because I'm actively using it to ignore the lockpicking, because the lockpicking seems messed up. Why do skeletons hiss? Why are skeletons very hissy? Like, they should rattle and, like, scrape, right? Not hiss. Look at this ghost flame. That looks pretty decent. Nothing. Okay. Alright, what do we got down here? Oh, this is kind of a... Oh, if you fall down here, this is how you get back up kind of place. Now, will that also... Yes. What's on the other side of the bridge? It's a skeleton. Marksman increased. Eventually, we're gonna have maxed out marksman. It would be nice to go into, like, the main quest with my main combat skills maxed out. Shot that boy in the pelvis as he was jumping. You know what he did? Kicked him in the penis. Whew! So I have yet to actually be hit by one of these. But they're not even, like, pressure plate triggered. They're just straight up proximity triggered. Alright, we've got a couple skeletons over there. Should probably work on picking them off before we drop that bridge down. What do we got over here, though? That seems to go outside. So maybe that's our way of leaving the dungeon. Now let's see if we can pick off some skeletons. Just over his head. See, that little thwack is so satisfying. I think there might still be one over there, but... The Lich is an interesting monster that I wish you had the option to become. Sort of like the vampire. It could come as a mage-oriented upgrade that would change your appearance and stats. Yeah, that would be... well, I think that's especially true if they gave you more fleshed out options to be a necromancer. Like a black soul gem embedded with your in your sternum and crystalline eyes. You are over encumbered. Whoops, inventory. What can I drop? Just drink this mead really quick. In the dungeon, straight up drinking it. And by it, haha, let's just say my mead. But I was thinking about that the other day, about how I don't know that I've played a fantasy RPG that really lets you do necromancy stuff. Uh-oh, that's a ghost of a man. Hold on, that's a ghost.
We've awaited your arrival, messenger.
Akaviri Commander Mijaxi.
You have made a long and perilous journey, but there is no time to rest. The army of Raymond is at our doorstep, and our supplies have dwindled. We have awaited your arrival. Tell us, what news do you bring from Akavir? Well done, soldier. Your mission is complete, and you have my thanks. Now we may rest. Long live the Akavir.
And he just nopes out. After seeing the orders the Akaviri commander vanished, the ruins are now silent and at peace. After so many years, the Akaviri's final mission has been complete. I should proceed ahead and search for the Madstone. Is there anything interesting in this room? Nothing. Amazing. The necromancers in Oblivion are just conjurers who only summon skeletons and zombies. Skyrim attempted to add more resurrection spells, but still didn't feel quite right. Yeah, it just feels like it's not... Well, magic is a bit stunted in Skyrim anyway. But especially when you set a limit on how many summons you can have. There are ways to get around that, though. Aegis Robe... Base Ring of the Armorer, gold, and an amulet. There it is, the Draconian Madstone. Alright, let's see. But yeah, I've seen people do stuff in Skyrim where they have like 15 or 20 resurrected enemies following them around. Oh. Ah, so this just closes things off, I see. Oblivion is interesting in how it loops its dungeons, because most of the time it will loop you back just a little bit, whereas Skyrim will loop you back to like the front door, or at least like you'll exit out to the overworld kind of thing. Okay, where was that? You know, there was another door I didn't go through, and I want to check that really quick. It's like we went in here, and there's the door like across the way that we went through, but there's also this door right here. Oh, wait, hold on. Did this... I think this looped us straight back out to... Yeah, we're back out at, like, the beginning. I kind of like... I know I keep kind of coming back to it and making references to it, but I like some of the necromancy stuff you can do in Baldur's Gate 3, but some of the coolest necromancy spells you don't get until Act 3. Like, there's one that lets you summon 4 ghouls, just like that, and they follow you around. You can't control them, but they can be pretty useful in combat. And I like the idea of playing that game with, like, a full party and multiple, like, magic users, just with multiple elementals and, like, little critters following them around. Alright. So yes, this is the quest I was thinking about. Because it's in, like, its own cell that you can't get to normally, like, where you have to go up in the mountains. I don't know why the map defaulted way over there in Hammerfell. But let's go turn in the quest. Let's wait a few hours so the Countess is in her chambers. Gee, who dropped their clothes right here? Couldn't be me. Girl, where are your pants? And
Hope you bring good news.
better question, where are your thighs at?
Have you recovered the Madstone?
Yep.
I never thought it possible. I mean, I had hoped, but to actually hold it in my hands. Oh, it's more beautiful than I imagined it. Congratulations. I had a feeling you were the right person for the job. And it seems I owe you a reward. This Akaviri ring was found with the messenger's diary. It awards the wearer with increased agility and resistance to harmful magic. It's known as the Ring of the Viper Eye. I hope it serves you well in your future journeys.
Cool.
With the information you have given me about Pale Pass, it could take scholars many years to amend the history books. The Madstone is finally mine. It's the pinnacle of my collection. Many thanks to you again. With Regulus Terentius for a father, what do you expect from Gellius? The acorn never falls too far from the tree.
Okay.
May luck be always on your side.
May pants be always on your thighs. I just leveled up by walking. Gosh, I love this game. Alright, Alright, let's sell some of the loot we picked up. And then we're going to go and level up.
Go ahead, please. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. You've made a good bit of gold. You drive a hard bargain. That's a good deal.
I don't think I picked up any... like potions to really sell. Okay. Oh, I do have... You can have this ruby, this gold nugget, and this soul trap,
You got a great
and
deal
this.
there.
Okay.
A pleasure to serve you.
And then I need you to repair my things,
Let's see
good
what
man.
we've got here.
I've got to make some money. I'm spending so much money on repairs. Bye. Alright. Now to my waterfront house to level up. And I need to take a restroom break. The curse of hydration. Okay, when I get up to take my bathroom break, I'm going to get some like WD-40 or something to spray on this chair because this is annoying me. Don't be the last today.
For an old beggar.
All right, we're getting to a point though with our leveling where we're running out of things to level. Strength, naturally. Actually, I'm going to put more into personality this level than in endurance, because the last couple of levels I've only put 2 in personality, and I'd like to go ahead and just start, like, because what do we get? Affects how much people like you, leading to better information gathering and better trade deals. Yeah, if we could start making more money, that would be fantastic. But we're about to max our strength out. We're maybe 2 or 3 levels from strength maxing out. Alright, let me give y'all a pretty little, actually it'd probably be better if I sat on the other one. There we go. And then do this, and this, and this. I will be right back. Well, now my room smells like WD-40. If I light a match, my pants will catch on fire. Okay. Let's look at what skills. Blade is getting a level soon. I need to do some alchemy while I'm here at the house. And then dump what I have. I need to work on acrobatics and athletics more. Like, I need to be more conscious about sprinting and jumping. Alright, let's get our alchemy gear. And let's make a Brazilian potions. One thing I really like about Oblivion is having all of these different items to use for alchemy. And, you know, getting bonuses and everything from them. Whereas in Skyrim, you just have an alchemy station. And there's, you know, you have to plan, like, oh, I've got a bunch of alchemy ingredients. I need to go find an alchemy station. It'd be really cool if you could just, I don't know, if you were an alchemist, you could just alchemy in the wild. Alright, first things first. Let's see about... Wait. Scroll past it. Yes. Yes, I have the stuff to make Restore Magicka. This is the real high-level gameplay. Alright, now let's do Restore Health. I love the fact that I've just got ham in my inventory, and that's a potion ingredient. Alright, so we've done health potions, and we can do a water walking. Yeah, baby. It's like one of my favorite goofy things you can do. My cat is yelling at the door again, because that's what he does. He's probably yelling at me about all the rice he spilled on the floor. Dummy. Oh wait, hang on. Hey, sweetie. One of the cats is very much afraid of thunderstorms, and she's been in my room, so let me let her out. Alchemy's a ham and cheese sandwich. Yeah. Straight up in the kitchen, doing acts of alchemy. Alright. Make some shield potions to sell. Oh, what am I doing? I haven't unlocked the ability to use one ingredient yet. Yeah, let's get rid of these Minotaur horns, because they're heavy. Alright. Restore speed. And then I need to go sell these, which will get my mercantile up. It's just a vicious cycle. There's a vicious cycle. Just Walter Whiting it out here, making various potions and selling them on the market. I wonder if drinking one of those restore dang. Alright, restore fatigue. We're just gonna rub some apple and carrots together. Boom, that's a potion. Carrot bread. That's a potion. Bread and cheese. That's a potion. Nasty mushrooms and pumpkins. That's a potion. Mushrooms and rice. Ooh, that sounds gross. Whatever a spittle stick is, that's a potion. Strawberries. That's a potion. Tobacco. You guessed it. Potion. I'm gonna get a level doing this. Alright, what was that? That was restore something. Wait. That must have been restore fatigue, yeah. Restore endurance. Okay. Some crab meat and mushrooms. Yummy. It's my favorite. Crab meat and mushrooms. Nothing on that. Yeah, we can make some of this. Alright. Just speed running this. So I don't have as much stuff to put up. Just some mushrooms and bergamot seeds. We're just throwing stuff at the wall. Throwing science at the wall and seeing what sticks. Now, hey, if you haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance, that game has the alchemy system of all time. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was in resists potions. Alright. Fortify Magica. Just some just some ghost juice and ginseng. Me at the me at the apothecary. What is the word? I'm losing all command of the English language. Apothecary. That's the word. Me at the apothecary deciding which potion of awakeness to drink. Just ectoplasm and Earl Grey tea over here. Okay. Now that we're done with that, I have to put all this alchemy stuff up. I think if you kind of blended a system like this with Kingdom Come Deliverance, with its system, that could be a cool alchemy system. Although, I'm really looking forward to checking that out in... Oh, that's a quest item? Of course it is. I'm looking forward to checking out alchemy in Tainted Grail, which I've been informed has a release date in May now, which means I may put off getting Elden Ring Night Rain so that I can... Alright, hang on. What rings am I wearing? I'm wearing one that... What's it? H? Shield versus resist magic and fortify agility. We're going to use that. We're going to put up this other ring. And I think we're good. We just need to be using up these arrows, because I think that's where a lot of our weight... Windows update! Oh my gosh! One of my things I need to do this upcoming week is figure out how to get that off my MacBook. Okay. So we have a bunch of potions we need to sell. So where would be... Should go to the alchemy shop in Skingrad. And sell a bunch of stuff to her. And then maybe she's selling better alchemy gear now? Who knows? Me and her can talk more about the fine for necromancy in this part of... Or, sorry, of fine of necrophilia in this part of Cyrodiil. Where is she? Is she on this street? There she is.
Good day. Have you heard? Someone desecrated the tomb of Lathosa. No wonder her ghost haunts that place.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I have potions and everything you need to make your own. What will it be?
About to just
You got a great deal there.
absolutely straight up selling it, and by it I mean my potions. I'm gonna wear my mouse out with all the clicking. Like, I know I can hit enter, but it's still a lot of inputs to sell something.
You drive a hard bargain. You drive a hard bargain. That's more than I'd usually. An excellent bargain.
An excellent
You
bargain.
drive a hard bargain. That's a fair deal.
There's so many just different restore health potions that restore for like a slightly... Alright, I'm gonna sell one of these restore lux and see if I can
Seems a
use the
fair
other
price.
one. Actually, same thing with that willpower potion. We don't need
Fine
that.
transaction. You've made a good bit of gold.
You've made a good bit of gold. I don't need these water breathing potions
An
I've been
excellent
carrying
bargain.
around.
A good price.
Like
for
if
a
I
good
need... Okay, she's got apprentice mortar and pestle, and I'm using a novice. But does she have... Ring of Wartcraft. Wart. I don't know. Like I know I've got a novice mortar and pestle, but
Tell your friends about me.
oh, I will. I tell my friends all the
Please
time
do.
about the fine for necrophilia in this part of Tamriel. Okay. You know, she's from House Halalu, which is the like more mercantile House of Morrowind. It would be way funnier if she was a Telvanni, because I think it's the Telvannis that are like ANCAPs. Because it'd be like, of course, a lady from the ANCAP house would be necrophile. She has nuanced opinions about the age of consent laws. Okay. Oh, we're already in Skingrad, so let's do this one. How do we get to the castle? It's over here.
I'm only asking for a single coin.
I don't think I can say this guy's name on stream.
Here's what I know. Theranos was drinking in the Two Sisters Lodge. He was bragging about stealing something from the castle. Unfortunately, Captain Dion was also in the Two Sisters Lodge. He arrested Theranos and hauled him off to the dungeons.
Alright, now I've got that Palo Santo really burning. Alright, thank you for the info.
Blessings of Anu upon you.
Anu? Really? That's a pull. I need to learn how to play the violin and learn that little piece. Alright, we gotta go all the way over there. This is one of my favorite towns in Cyrodiil, but it's also one of my favorite kind of castle designs. Like this long bridge up to it. Alright, there's the... That is not the door. I just like Wile E. Coyote'd myself. Well, this one's gonna be a hard one to pick. Because, like... I need you to look over there. Wow, look at that pillar. It would be really funny if I could... Okay, I'm just gonna have to talk to him.
Visitors ain't allowed down here.
Down his?
Nah, but it will earn you 2 years in Skingrad's dungeon. Now get lost before I decide to report you. I heard that Shumgro Yarrick is looking to hire. He's the butler for the Count. Go speak to him. All appointments to see the Count must go through Maketa Hasitis. What are you looking for? The castle is on a hill outside the walls, south of town. Shops and guilds are mostly inside the north walls, while the chapel, homes, and one inn are inside the south walls. I've heard that someone has it out for Tutius Sextius. Who'd want to hurt him?
No idea. Castle Skringrad is the most defensible layout-wise of all the castles. Castle Kvatch is a close second.
You too.
I have to remember to pay attention to that when I eventually finally go to Kvatch. Okay, where is this guy? That was an orc name he told us, right? He's just right here.
You want me? I'm Shumgro Yarrick, the Count's butler.
See, the orcs just have a problem with how wide their mouths are in this, with the lip sync and everything. Like, you could land a plane in this dude's cheeks. Like, he could pack some mean tobacco up in there.
I need someone to slop food to the prisoners. I'll pay you 2 gold a week, plus half a loaf of bread and a glass of mead each day. I'm having trouble hiring these days, so if you want the job, it's yours.
2 glasses of mead. Take it or leave it.
You will? I mean, good. Mind your manners in the castle. Stay out of Count Hasseldorf's quarters, and don't let me catch you in the wine cellar. The jail guards in the dungeon will unlock the cell block door if you ask them. Feed the prisoners once a day. I don't care when.
What an interesting way.
Get back to work.
What an interesting way to get into the dungeons. Again, I don't think I can say that guy's name on my stream. Like, YouTube will not understand.
Out
Hey.
of the way, slop drudge.
Slop drudge.
What do you want, slop drudge?
Open the door, I'm the slop drudge.
They ought to just give you guys a key, but no. I have to keep locking and unlocking the door for the slop drudges. Follow me.
Talk about this dude's table setup. Like, he's got a lockpick, a head of garlic, 2 bottles of ale, and a quill and an inkwell.
You must be the new slop drudge. Are you here to rescue me?
Yeah, I'll rescue you. No, you are a criminal.
Just unlock the door. A couple of hours after you're gone, it will be quiet again, and I can sneak out. You mean the thief? He was in the big cell with that Argonian. They were always whispering to each other. The Pale Lady took him days ago.
The Pale Lady?
Every few days she comes for one of us. Some return, some don't. Those that are taken 3 times never return. This was Theranos's 3rd time.
Oh no.
I don't know. She took the Argonian less than an hour ago, though. He put up quite a struggle. He was bleeding all over the place. Don't let the guards catch you.
So, I just think it would be the really funny thing to just bust people out of jail. That's the chaotic thing to do. Is he gonna go out the front door? Okay. Okay, there we go. I loosely remember this one. That man did say to stay out of the wine cellar. I'm trespassing. I like the concept that wine has a okay value to weight ratio, so I could just be running around with like 10 bottles of wine in my inventory. Like, where? Alright, this is gonna be one of those, yeah.
It's gone now.
I can't remember if she's just outright hostile. Let's take a look at the vampire face here. Let me just... It's a miscellaneous item, isn't it? I don't... Hang on. Where's my torch? There we go. Huh. The kind of lightness on the eyebrows is a little off, but it does have a distinct look from normal faces. Tharanis is dead. I found his body in the secret chamber with Emusai and the Pale Lady. Boy's rocking a full set. Okay. Yeah, that's a somewhat unique item that I'm going to take. Okay. What you doing, buddy?
We need to get to safety.
We do.
Filthy vampire. She took my cellmate Theranos a few days ago. If it hadn't been for you, I would have been next. If that's Theranos' treasure, I know where it is. But I'm not telling you anything until we're out of here. Get me out of the castle. As soon as we're out of sight of the castle's main gate, I'll tell you. Theranos, how did you know about him? He was my cellmate. At least until the Pale Lady took him away. No, but he did give me a message about a treasure to deliver to the Thieves Guild if I was ever to get out. After the first time Theranos was taken by the Pale Lady, he knew he was going to die. Get me out of the castle, and I'll give you his message.
Sounds good to me.
That would be me. I'm so glad you're here to save me from the vampire. Those cretin Skingrad guards caught me stealing a fish and locked me up. You have saved my life again. You are a true friend. I will not forget this. I've decided to join the Thieves Guild. No more jails for me.
Okay, so I want to point something out. I've talked about this on other streams, but it's interesting to me as someone who enjoys learning like the etymology of words. It's interesting to me when a word is used in a setting that is not Earth, that like the etymology of that word is completely dependent on the history of our real world. Like he called the guards Cretans, which is a term that comes from the Isle of Crete. It would be two similar Greek etymology words. I was thinking about this recently. The word lesbian, deriving from the Isle of Lesbos in Greece. It would feel weird with me knowing that to include that in a fantasy setting that I was writing. So I thought, oh, well, you could use the word sapphic or sapphist. You could use that. Except that has almost the exact same origin as the word lesbian, because Sapphis was a lesbian in Greek stories. So both words' etymologies are dependent on Greek history, like the word Cretan.
Theranos.
Okay, we already talked about that.
Get me out of the... Let's go.
Can we get out? Like, no, that's not a... Okay. Alright, Amasai. We gotta figure out how to get out of here, buddy. Because I assume if we kind of take the wrong door out of kind of the wine cellar area, well, it wants me to go this way, which is the dining hall. Did that passage close behind us? To actually remember where it was. Because if we go out this way, we just have to kind of run past one guard. But we run like right out into the castle exterior. You with me, Amasai? This can be risky, buddy.
Stay, go. What do I care?
Escaping prisoners!
Nope. Not the barracks. Oh, not the barracks.
I'm your... Escape! Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or... Then pay with your being prisoners! Escape.
I don't know where Amasai is. I don't know where Amasai is. But the joke's on these guards. I'm fast. You don't even know how fast I am. He's just fast crawling. Look at him go. He's gaining ground. He's gonna catch me. Amasai and I escaped from Castle Skingrad. Let's see if he'll keep his word and tell me about the book. Alright, Amasai.
Anything for my savior.
Oh, anything?
He told me to give this message to any member of the Thieves Guild that asked about him or a book. Look under the bush near the well, behind Nerastarel's house. I was gonna take it for myself, but I owe you a great debt. You should take it.
Same way in the Lord of the Rings books that Gandalf says it's the 23rd of October when Frodo wakes up in Rivendell. Always makes me pause when a fantasy world does that. You know, okay, October is one thing, right? I mean, because that has Germanic origins, right? It's the 8th month. It's October. It would be worse if it was July or August, because those are completely dependent on real-world history. Not like on some kind of understanding that, like, the common language or magic language of a setting is just English or Germanic languages or Latin for, like, magic. Like, that's, you know, the worst version of that, or the worst version of that is if it was July or August. Because we could at least say, like, oh, well, you know, there's only 10 months in Middle Earth. But there's just, like, kind of the idea that like, Tolkien put all this work into world building, and then when he asked himself, all right, what's the date when Frodo wakes up? I don't know, the 23rd of October or something? Who cares? And then you've got... Do I have to go back in the... Alright, I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking... Under a bush behind... Okay, so... We might get yelled at by the guards. It's interesting to me. Apparently in Harry Potter, a lot of, like, how magic works originated in Egypt, but, like, all of the spells are in Latin. But as I've said like 100 times, J.K. Rowling's a hack, so... Alright, when we go talk to Skriva, we'll get her to cancel our bounty out. She's not going to want to talk to us in the middle of the night. There she is.
You have found Theranos and the lost histories of Tamriel?
Theranos? No. The book? Yes.
Theranos is dead? I grieve for him. But at least you have the book. The Grey Fox has sought this book for many years. You have earned the reward. Here is your payment. The hunter can pay his fines to the guards, serve his time, or pay this one half, and they will all go away.
Oh, I apparently have no bounty? Okay.
This one hopes the hunter enjoys the cage. Hieronymus Lex must be eliminated once and for all. The Grey Fox has asked that you do this personally. It is a most delicate matter.
What's the plan?
Countess Umbranox of Anvil is hunting for a new captain of her guard. The Legion commander of the Imperial Watch sent her a list of candidates. The Grey Fox wants this list replaced with one that highly recommends Hieronymus Lex. From Anvil, he can do little harm to the guild. The letter is currently in Steward Darahill's desk. She has lied to Lady Umbranox, telling her that the letter has yet to arrive.
Why not just kill him?
We are thieves, not murderers. That is the province of the Dark Brotherhood. For reasons unknown to this one, the Grey Fox has extended his protection to the Umbranox family, and Lady Umbranox in particular. While Lex is a problem for the guild, his unwavering loyalty and resolve make him the perfect protector for Lady Umbranox.
That is important for the story of this questline.
You will have to track down one on your own. I don't know of any in Breville. With the forged letter in hand, sneak into the Legion commander's office in the Imperial City prison and seal it with his seal. Darahill cannot be trusted. You must deliver the letter to Lady Umbranox in person. Will you accept this commission?
I will. It shall be done.
That is good. Remember, this is a mission of stealth, not blood. Your payment will be higher than normal to cover the expense of the forgery.
All right.
Shadowhide the Hunter.
I love how every time I turn in a Thieves Guild quest, it auto-completes another quest because I fenced so much. First, I steal the letter from Steward Darahill's desk in Castle Anvil. Then, get a forgery made. I have to find and pay for my own forger. Then seal it with the Imperial Watch seal from the Legion Commander's desk in the Imperial City. Darahill cannot be trusted to deliver the letter. I must personally deliver the forged letter to Countess Umbranox of Anvil. I will be paid 500 gold plus the cost of the forgery. Okay. Oh, I'm inside. What am I doing? I have to go outside to fast travel. Well, also, another thing about the whole 23rd of October thing, a lot of people like the idea that since the Lord of the Rings is supposed to be kind of a ancient mythology for England, it's the idea that, like, the Third Era is centuries ago, and, like, we, like, right now, live in like the 7th or 8th era or something like that.
For a day with a single coin.
Can eat for a day.
To be honest, I couldn't give you directions to any special room in the castle. Anyone in the castle can tell you, though. However, I'll tell you for free that there are many secrets in that castle. There are secret ways and secret people. Find the blacksmith.
The blacksmith. Ooh.
Blessings of Archay upon ye.
Find the blacksmith.
The eight attendants of Saint Helena.
The audio file cutting off. Oh. Blessed. This is another kind of castle that I like, is the castle here in Anvil, because it's on this little island. Like, I don't think this is great defensively as far as, like, well, in the scale of this game world. Like, could you imagine you just put some trebuchets and, you know, ballistas and scorpions up on this rock over here, and you're just overwatching the castle? But, like, maybe if we extrapolate from the scale of things, that the castle island is not that close to the mainland. The smithy inside the castle. Like, inside it. Not in the castle walls, but... Hey, man, what's your venting like in here?
You must be the cat burglar I've been told to expect. Follow me.
Okay. Just being a little, open about this. Orin has shown me a secret passage within the walls of Castle Anvil. It should let me get closer to Darehill's office without being seen by the castle guards. Thank you. Shadow hide you. Oh yeah, I forgot to drink those potions I was going to drink to fix my my issues. Oh, no, my, oh, it wasn't luck that was being, it was willpower and intelligence, but... Alright. We're actually pretty close to 75 in lockpicking. It'd be funny if there was just a guard right here. I just saw the person. I'm fairly certain they're right there. Oh my gosh, they're right there. I can't wait while trespassing, so... Time is it? In game. 8 p.m. Oh. I could backtrack out to where I'm not trespassing. She's just right behind the door. I wonder if just from this range... That's funny. That is peak. Open the door with the person in the room. Interact with the door. Or interact with their desk from across the room. Alright. Man, I don't want to be in the dungeon. I want to get out of here. It's this way, okay. Hello, gentlemen.
Good.
Okay. And we need to find a forger. I mean, I know where the forger is. I just don't know how we find out the information.
Good evening.
What was that? Oh, like a monster.
How are you?
How are you? I'm doing well, Wes Johnson. Thanks for asking. I gotta talk
Is there no
talk to this beggar again.
I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids.
I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids.
Well, only because I like you. Look for a man known only as the Stranger.
The
He lives here in
Stranger?
Anvil, down the road from the Chapel of Debella. Blessings of the Shadow.
Alright, down the road from the chapel. There's the chapel. Would you looky there? It's the shack the Stranger lives in. I wonder if the Stranger is voiced by Wes Johnson.
What do you want? Do I know you? Yes, it can be done. I can change it to give Lex the highest recommendation. I'll need a full day to properly forge this letter. Return then. And of course, I will expect payment in full at that time.
Who are you?
I am the Stranger. That is all you need to know. That, and I am no one to be trifled with. I don't have time to gossip about the guild right now. Everyone wants to know about the Gray Fox. Gray Fox this, Gray Fox that. He's just a man, not a Daedric lord. I've heard it all. They say he's immortal because he's led the Thieves Guild for over 300 years. No one ever sees his face, because he always wears that gray cowl. Oh, and speaking of the gray cowl, did you know he stole it from Nocturnal herself?
What?
I think he was Saint Nerevar, the way they talk about him.
Saint Nerevar. Saint Nerevar referenced. Is that an Oblivion? I'm sorry, is that a Morrowind reference? Let's just go sleep in our house, since it's right here. Did you hear about that Dunmer lady that bought the haunted mansion in town and, like, dispelled the curse on it? Yeah, it's hard to really run into her because she just kind of, like, flies around, like, hopping and sprinting. You're just gonna sleep for 12 hours. And then sleep for another 24 hours. Gotta make up for lost sleep, you know? And then 24 hours. That should be enough to get the forgery done. All right, let's get our stuff from the Gray Fox. I mean, the Stranger. I swear if I can't jump off this balcony, I'm uninstalling the game.
Don't it? You're bothering me.
I'm sorry, Gray Fox. I mean...
Do you have my fee? Here is the new list of candidates. Hieronymus Lex has a glowing recommendation.
So... Okay, me knowing that this is the Gray Fox. So, I just paid the Gray Fox for the forgery. For him to forge it. But I was promised by the guild that they would, like, cover the expense of the forgery. So, I just paid the guild, and the guild's just giving me my money back. For whose benefit is this? Me having to find, like, why couldn't they just lead, like, okay, you need to take it to this guy, he is a guild forger. Okay, we need to go to the Imperial Prison. Oh, I just fell like 3 feet. Alright.
Citizen?
Let's see how this goes. This is going to be one of those times where there's just instantly people in here. No? Okay. Fortify Magicka pants. Glass Claymore? Yo. This is covering my expenses. Long Sword of the Inferno. Ooh. Let's take these greaves while I'm here. Why not? Okay. Oh, the signet rings. There's the seal. I've sealed the letter with the Legion Commander seal. Now I must deliver it to Countess Umbronox personally. See, this is the kind of stuff I like about this Thieves Guild quest, is this feels cool. Like breaking in to various places, forging documents, like putting the, you know, Legion Commander seal on it. Like the kind of espionage aspect of it's really cool. All right. Hey, your husband sent me.
I am Milona Umbronox, Countess of Anvil. I hope you enjoy your visit. I trust you will give us no cause to regret our hospitality to strangers. You have the Imperial Watch recommendation from my new guard captain. Normally, these missives are handled by my steward, Darahil. Let me see that. Hieronymus Lex looks like the best choice. I was about to give the position to Darahil's cousin.
Nepotism.
I have the orders right there. I'll fill in his name, and you can deliver it to Captain Lex. Thank you, courier. My steward will tip you.
Ooh, a tip, you say? What rumors do you know?
With Regulus Terentius for a father, what do you...
Oh, same one we've heard before.
You are dismissed.
Thank you.
I'm Darahil, steward of Castle Anvil. We do things differently in Anvil, and the difference shows in the comfort and trust of its people.
She wants me to tip you. You add insult to injury. You cost my cousin a chance at that job. Take your money and get out of my sight.
20 gold.
You'll regret this.
Let's go. All right. let's go sell stuff to our fence really quick before we return to talk to the cops.
What is it now?
What is it now? You have my ears, citizen. I might have to go to the guy's house.
Good evening.
There you
Hello.
are. You can forgive me for thinking these two dudes look exactly the same.
I'm really tired.
Me too.
Can we get on with this?
Same.
Yeah, my favorite customer. What do you got? That seems a fair price. I think I can move this. A good price for a good customer.
I have anything else that's... Oh, this human blood is stolen. I have to remember to put that up in my house.
An excellent bargain.
I think that's it. Okay.
I'm glad that's done. I need a nap.
I need a nap.
Shadow hide you.
Shadow hide you. Alright. Go to our house. Don't worry, Hieronymus. I'll deal with you in a second. I'm gonna put my human blood up. Put up these few alchemy ingredients that I got. Oh yeah, I can... Okay, I've got journeyman gear and an apprentice. So if I get anything above journeyman, that's what we're looking for. Anything above journeyman. I'm sure there might be somebody at the Arcane University that sells it, and I just haven't spent enough time over there. Alright, Mr. Lex.
Yes?
Alright, Wes Johnson, I need you to go work for Wes Johnson's wife.
I've been reassigned. This is outrageous. The Gray Fox had a hand in this. I know it. I am bound by duty and honor to obey this order. After all these years, he's finally won. Maybe fate will be kind and deliver him to me in Anvil.
So, this is like if a mob boss and like a detective were beefing for like a decade, and then the mob boss got the detective fired, but then got the detective a job working private security for his wife.
I'll leave at once for Anvil.
Good to see you.
Hi there.
Good to see you. Alright. To return to my doyen. Tell her the job is complete. Have to wait a few hours. Oh, there we go.
Welcome, honored. The esteemed cat burglar honors me. Well done, Hunter. Hieronymus Lex will no longer be a thorn in the paw of the Thieves Guild. The Gray Fox shows his gratitude. You are being promoted to Shadowfoot, and may now use Orn of Castle Anvil as your fence.
Oh, okay, cool. And I got an achievement.
I have no more jobs for a thief of your skill. You have no need of the Doyen to provide you work. However, there are rumors that the Grey Fox himself may call on you soon. Wait for contact from him. Keep the guild fences busy.
Oh, don't worry. Amount fenced almost 3,500. What rumors do you have?
Ura Vasa Othralis has a way with words. I wish she could teach me how to speak that well. Shadowhide the Hunter.
Shadowhide the Hunter. Alright, so... it's alright, so we're basically at the point in the Thieves Guild where we're waiting on the Grey Fox to reach out. So now we need to... I know it's... Okay, it's been some time. Let's return to Skingrad and get... see if we can progress the quest to get this book for the Mages Guild. I ought to just use my thieving skills to get it. It's just the fact that the Count is pretty much like always in his rooms.
I'm listening.
You there. I have an update for you. The Count has agreed to see you, but not here. He wishes to meet you north of the cursed mine outside of town, after 2 a.m. It would be wise of you to be on time. Follow the road west out of Skingrad, through the high pasture. The mine entrance is south of the road. The Count will meet you just outside it.
What's new with you?
Sounds good to me. Alright. It literally is just outside of town. Alright. Whoopa! Yeah! Pretty sure that cursed mine has a bandit outside of it. Somebody should deal with that. There we go. Thank you for your contribution to my retirement fund. Alright, he said 2 a.m. So let's do 11 hours.
I have a message for you from the Grey Fox.
Ugh, jump scared me, Meth Redhill.
The Grey Fox has a task for you. Meet him at Helvius Cecius' house in Bruma.
In Bruma? Jeez. Also, I don't know if you noticed that, but the camera spun me like 360. Alright. We gotta wait 40 minutes for him to get here. I'll just check my phone really quick. Stretch my legs. Get a drink of water. I'll do that. I'll get a drink of water. Come on, mute. All right. He still ain't here? What's up with that? Oh, it's 10 p.m. How did I do that? Oh, Myth Red Hill interrupted my waiting. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Where you at, boss man? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. We're doing the whole dark hoods and necromancer robes, eh?
Just in time, mage. We've been waiting for you. I'm afraid I'm mistaken. The Count won't be arriving. In fact, he doesn't even know you're here. We're not about to let the guild interfere with our plans, for the Count or otherwise. So, you'll have to die. Don't worry. We'll put your body to good use, I assure you.
No, Wes Johnson, you've betrayed me. Absolutely sent that guy into the shadow realm. Like, maybe they didn't expect me to be this high level going into Necromancer. Can't believe it.
You impossible fool. What possessed you to think I would suggest a meeting here, of all places? At least your gullibility served some useful purpose. I knew about Mercator, but not his friends. Now none of them are a threat any longer.
Go on.
Despite what your council may think, I've not thrown in with the necromancers and would never do so. You may pass along that message.
Go on.
Tell your council that the next time they want something from me, they come themselves. They don't send someone under false pretenses.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yes, I see that now. I regret that Traven has involved you in this way. At least you've survived. For now. Perhaps in the future you can be trusted enough to deal with more serious matters.
Oh?
Our business here is concluded. I suggest you return to your council.
Okay, where's that guy's body? Yeah. I like how the Count is just gonna hang out here.
I've said all there is to be said.
Fine, be that way. To the university. This will also be an excuse for me to kind of see what services the university has for someone like me, since I've never done this. Like, I'm pretty sure they do, like, spell crafting and things like that, but I am a master of destruction. Can I make a more efficient deletion spell? Let's be here, like, 4 hours from now. I need to find the lady.
What is it?
That does the line.
Have you been to Skingrad and seen Count Hasseldor? Saved you, did he? Well, that's a good sign. I must apologize. It was never the Council's intention to put you in harm's way.
Why didn't you tell me the truth?
The Count's unique nature is not public knowledge. The Council wishes to keep it that way. At the time, it was believed that there was no reason to inform you, since it was not crucial to the task you were given. For that reason, I was unable to disclose more about his true identity to you. Clearly, that judgment was in error. I apologize.
So why was I sent to Skingrad?
Archmage Travin feared that sending a high-ranking official with the guild might draw too much attention and provoke a reaction from the Count. We were also concerned that it might drive any necromancers in the area underground, making them more difficult to root out.
Okay, I see.
We simply wanted to survey the situation in Skingrad. Our relationship with Hasseldor is tenuous at best. The Council has agreed to keep his nature a secret, and in exchange, he occasionally provides us with useful information.
What does Hasseldor aid? Why does Hasseldor aid you?
As a vampire, the Count has few allies he can trust. He has disguised his nature from most, but cannot hide it from the Council of Mages, so he approached us with an accord. As you have seen, that agreement is under a great deal of strain lately. The Count does not agree with certain policies the Guild has established.
You protect a vampire?
It's not quite that simple. Hasseldor is powerful, to be sure, but the Council does not consider him to be a threat. After all, he has ruled over Skingrad for quite some time, without incident.
So you no longer trust him?
We feared Hasseldor may have been involved with the necromancers. Thanks to your involvement, it would seem that he is not. At least, not for the moment. We will continue to monitor the situation, but I assure you, we will make no further attempts to mislead you. You have done your job admirably, and I thank you for it.
Do I get some advancement at least?
Your services to the Guild have not gone unnoticed. As of this moment, you have gained the rank of Evoker. Along with your new rank, please take this amulet. May it help keep you safe in times of danger.
Spell Drinker Amulet. Ooh. And I got an achievement.
Are you ready for it? If not, I understand you've been through quite a bit lately.
I'm ready.
Very well. There's a research project going on at one of the Ayleid ruin sites on the eastern side of the province. Irlav Jirol is in charge of the project and is apparently in need of some help. I thought you might need a break after the things you've been exposed to lately. You can find Irlav in the Archmage's Tower.
Cool.
Irlav should be waiting for you.
Greetings, Evoker.
Now, okay. I really want to find the person here who sells destruction magic.
Ah, Magister. I just remembered.
Magister. Lustratorium? Look at that. Trying to occupy the same space. The physics. So this is all novice gear. Doesn't appear there's anybody in here. Just like the idea there's just a plate with bone meal on it. Okay, so this looks like maybe this is just kind of from the environment here. This must be where they teach alchemy stuff. How come I can't see that book? There, this is a guide to the Imperial City. But this appears to be the alchemy classroom. I wouldn't have guessed that from Lustratorium. Oh, the books have fallen. Okay.
Look at the muscles on you.
And then this is where we got our staff, so I doubt it's that. Practice rooms? Let's check this out. This could just be where people be casting. That guy, he's not even animating. Whoa! Also, I forgot. What was that amulet that I just got? Because I've got a reflection one. Ooh, that's awesome. More spell absorption. Hey, man, can you shoot me real quick?
Morning.
Oh, now it doesn't hit me. This is their shooting range. Okay. Wasn't expecting the mage gun range.
I know you're busy, but I need a moment of your time.
Fellow Magister, I guess that depends on how I've got much of my precious.
That's an Imperial Watchtower, okay. Mage's Quarters. Mystic Archives, that's gotta be books, right? Praxographical?
Help Orisian. Master Spellmaker for the Mages.
Ah.
Guildsmen only, of course. Let's do business.
Flame Tempest. Immolating Blast. Alright. Let's see here. Immolating Blast does 110 points. I'll take it.
Another satisfied customer. Good day.
So, let's see. Lightning Blast does 70. Oh yeah, it costs a little bit more mana, but let's see. We'll use that. Yeah. So this is okay. No, I don't want touch. Target? Yeah, target. What is... I don't really understand. Is this the cost? Oh my gosh, the cost of making it. Okay. I'm gonna have to, like, look into that, like, on the wiki or whatever, on how to do that efficiently. See, like, this is a class that's going on. Isn't that neat? Alright, but where's the lady that says the line? That's what I need to know. I'm pretty sure she's here. Oh, the guy I need to talk to is no longer upstairs.
The Fighters Guild got Azani Blackheart.
No doubt.
Blackwood Company Master Sorcerer. You're about Vatican, are you? It's a damn shame. I haven't been giving the project the attention it deserves. The last report I received from Scaleel indicated there was some sort of problem. A blocked passage or something that they couldn't get past. I'd investigate it further, but I'm needed here with the council. Ramanis says you've got a good head on your shoulders. Look into it for me, will you? You can find Scaleel at the site. Access is restricted, so you'll need this key.
Tell me about Skulil.
She's the mage heading up the on-site research. She can tell you more about whatever it is that's impeding their progress.
Alright, now tell me about the Vatican.
It's an alien ruin southwest of Cheydinhall. We suspect that there are some interesting things inside, so a research project was established. Skulil is there now, working on investigating the ruins.
Okay, good deal.
I eagerly await your return. Inevitably outlives all.
Evoker.
I see.
Have you ever spent the night at the King?
Ah, you must be the Arcane University's newest addition. This humble battle mage bids you welcome.
Well, unsettled by the fact that your mouth didn't move there, bro, but... Okay. Alright. We need to go sell some stuff. Whoops, map. Market district.
I'm only
Have you
asking.
ever had a meal at the
I ran
feed
across
bag?
a couple of
I try
mudcrabs
not to
not
be
long
there.
ago. Nice creatures.
Welcome to A Fighting Chance. I'm Rosan, proprietor. I sell the best swords in the city, and I offer advanced training for armorers. I can fix whatever you break. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest? You've made a good bit of... That seems a fair price.
Okay. Okay.
I appreciate your business. Farewell.
Let's make sure we get rid of some of the weight in our inventory. Alright, let's go. Let's go to this dungeon. Actually, make sure, yeah, we do have Immolating Blast equipped. 2 branching pathways right from the beginning, huh? Ooh. Okay, nothing much there. Great ambience. I like this, how there's like pieces of Ayleid ruins here. Oh, and then it goes into the Ayleid ruin like this. Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna sneak up on her. Use this as an opportunity to level my sneak. Whoops. That's what I wanted, was E, not R. Let's just take a look around in this room. Okay, that's probably, like, she'll probably give us a key for that. What about this? Is this openable? No. Okay. She has no idea we're here? Alright, I'm gonna get one more level of sneak off of her. I love this. I love these ruins. These are so good. And compared to... Like, I definitely like them better than the Dwemer ruins in Skyrim. And aesthetically, I like them a little bit better than the, like, Draugr ruins. What are you doing? It's like somebody's here, but you can't find them. It's taking a while to get another level here. Hopefully by the time I do Dark Brotherhood, my sneak will be conducive to murders. Get right up to her and just... She has no idea I'm here. That means my sneak is way better. Oh, now she sees me. Now she doesn't. Where? Actually need to look at the skill. Oh, it's almost there. I can't do the auto walk into a corner thing. Sadly. Sagely. No. There we go.
This is you have business here? Don't tell me Jarl sent you.
He did.
Erlov sent you, did he? Figures. He can't be bothered to come check on his own project, so he sends someone who knows nothing about it. And this is supposed to help? No offense to you, friend. It's not your fault. And perhaps you can help. If you can figure out how to use the pillar, I'd be thrilled. You're welcome to try your hand at it. That's what we're calling it, only because we don't know what it really is, or was. It's magical, we know that much. Enchanted somehow. We think it's a lock of some sort, but haven't been able to figure out how it works. All I can say for sure is that it reacts to magic, badly most of the time. Several mages were hurt attempting to cast spells at it. It's at the bottom of the ruins, if you wish to try your luck. Be careful, though. It could be quite hazardous to your health. Best to play it safe. No complex magic. Stick to basic spells with single effects. It's not worth taking unnecessary risks. This place has been nothing but trouble as far as I'm concerned. Since we disposed of the creatures that had taken up residence here, it's been nothing but a fight to figure out how the place works. The pillar has had us stumped for more than a week now, not to mention the injuries it's caused.
Alright.
What a waste of my talents.
I don't know about that. So this is a... Oh my gosh. A ruin that has already been... Okay, hang on a second. Avmolag animamis. Magica Sila. Magica Loria. Av Mafri Nagaia. Av Molag Anya Miss. Not a lot to go on. Magica Sila. Sila. What could Sila mean? Loria. Well, weirdly, the waypoint leads here. Like this specific corner. No? Okay. Let's do some testing here. Gonna need to regen my magicka though. Good thing I have all these potions. Okay. Now I'm guessing I need to cast and then so now I just need to do it in the right order. Okay, so maybe that's not... Can y'all calm down? Okay, so maybe... So maybe fire has to be... What am I doing? And then I did cold? What? There was a book here that might...
Be careful. It sent you in to try your hand at the thing, have they? I don't know how much Skalil told you. We know that it reacts to magic, but every time we've tried, the thing shocks whomever cast the spell. It hasn't been fatal for anyone yet, but we stopped trying after the first few attempts. I can tell you, it really hurts. The only thing we haven't figured out is the markings. See them on the walls? They must relate to the pillar. I don't know how. If we had some sort of reference, something to compare them to, we might be able to decipher them, but we lack anything like that. Skalil might have a book that would be useful, but she's been sulking over the way Earloff's been treating her. Perhaps you could ask her for it. You too.
Would have been nice to know this from the start, lady.
But if there's anything about Vatican you need explained, let me know. I'll help if I can. I don't know why Dental is even trying. This is doomed to fail. But fine. If he wants it, he can have it. It's just one more thing I'll get blamed for in the end. What a waste of my talents.
Alright, let's read this and see what it says. And we'll talk to him about it, maybe. Av Molag Aniamis av Lata Magica. From fire, life, from light magic. Alien inscriptions and their translations by Railis Anin. The following inscriptions were painstakingly transcribed and interpreted over many long years and are preserved here for all time. Okay. Let's see.
What do you want? You got the book, eh? Good for you. I've given up trying to deal with her for now. I'll tell you what, I'll take the book, and then if you can read me the inscriptions, I'll see if I can find translations for them. This is kind of exciting, don't you think?
Don't know.
Be careful in here.
Yep, that's what he's saying.
Now that I have the book, I can try and translate what's on the walls here. Okay, what do you need translated?
Let's start with Av Mafre Nagaiga.
Mafre seems to translate to frost, so a spell with frost damage should work for it. Anything else? According to this, it translates to from fire, life. Fire it is then. Anything else? It means magicka darkens. Considering the other inscription, it could be translated to mean magicka wanes, along with magicka waxes. Perhaps a spell that damages magicka is what you're looking for. It means magicka shines. Taken in context with the other inscription about magicka darkening, perhaps there's an alternate translation. If we assume it means magicka waxes, then a spell increasing magicka might be what we need. Something that fortifies it, perhaps. Okay. This is kind of exciting.
Okay, so we've done... We need to do... Okay, we got a bunch of scrolls. So... Elevate magicka on target. Okay, well that sealed it. Oh, why do I keep... Okay. Where is that? That's not it either. I'm just gonna be real, I don't know. Like... So then... So if it's fire, then frost.
You know, I saw your fight against...
Cool.
Now that I... Okay. Mafre seems to translate to...
Frost.
According to...
Fire.
It means magicka darkens. Perhaps...
Then...
Okay.
If I'm going based on that.
This is kind of exciting, don't you think?
Okay, let me. Let me kind of start over. So I think it's supposed to be frost, then fire. Then damage magicka, then elevate magicka. That's what I'm thinking. So, alright, let's get it reset. Alright, so it's supposed to be frost. Nope. Fire. Frost. And then damage, then elevate. This whole thing happened because of the mages refusing to work together and do basic things.
Well, would you look at that? Someone will need to see where this goes. I think you should go. You've done all the hard work, after all.
You're right, I've
If
done
there
it.
are any discoveries to be made, you should be the one to make them. You deserve that much. Be careful and watch your step.
Alright. I do need a restroom break. So let's grab a restroom break really quick. I will be back very quickly. All right. Okay. Oh, I should probably read that. Forgot I picked that up. I don't think I have any other spell books. Okay. Oh, that's a ghost. We gotta get our ghost killing gear. Gloom Wraith. I was just thinking, like, wow, I've got a lot of magica potions. Amazing. I just so happen to be on the edge of it and not take damage. Oh. What were these alien ruins even used for if they're just full of traps? Oh. The ghost trapdoor, okay. Nothing in these rooms? Okay. Okay, okay. This is going to be another trap. Ugh. Can't get me. Ugh. Actually, I need to go over here. Yeah, joke's on you. Why can't I make it over that? Alright. Any other? Yeah, here's one. At least we're getting some potions back. Oh no! Slowly swinging axes. What will I ever do? What is that? That's another ghost. I need to... Well, I would hotkey one of these, but... I'll just run out of it and have to hotkey another one. Now this is a room right here. Okay. Want to kind of skirt around the outside, see if there's anything. Okay, that goes up. Okay. So there is something in a cage up there. Alright, it looks like... See that? Look, I think that's a staircase that will show up. Let's go up here. Hello, ghost. Goodbye, ghost. Alright. Why do the ghosts sound so sad? look at that. That's cool. Elemental Burst Tome. I think one of those was a skill book. Oh, that's not the one. Fire damage 15 points, frost damage 15 points, shot. That's awesome. I love that. That's just the kind of stupid spell that I love. Alright, yeah, I knew that had to be a skill book. For Armorer. Hey, we're pretty close to our next level. Okay. Not quite sure. We're just back around here. Okay. We have Dark Souls'd it. Okay. Whoop, whoop, no, not me. Nope. Alright, let's go back. Alright, it's this way. There's gotta be a button, yeah. Okay, I guess this is a relatively simple, small dungeon. We just... There we go. Oh, that's, Nether Lich. Come on, skeleton. You can do it. I believe in you. Blade mastery increase. Cool, thank you. Need to recharge my magicka. Getting some decent treasure out of this. Some staves. Alright, is that it for the Nether Lich entourage? Okay, how do we get this cage to lift? Oh, there we go. Ancient Elven Helm. Not enchanted or anything. Ooh, there's another ghost up here. He's got a sword. A glass longsword, eh? Aha, there's some treasure. Yeah, this was worth it. All right. Is this going to do the same thing the other one did? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay. We've looped back around. All right.
You know, I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. Nobody thought that orc could be beat. You showed them all.
Yeah, he kind of gave up and died.
You too.
Alright, let's go talk to the lady. Where'd she go? Oh, she's asleep. You ever just wake up, hit that torch?
That looks important, whatever it is. I think you've really found something. You'd best get that to Erlov back at the Imperial City as soon as possible. He'll want the mages there to examine it more closely.
Alright, cool.
What a waste of my talents.
Yeah, I know. You just needed a master of destruction to come in here and read a book. Alright, to the Imperial City. Uh-oh. Sometimes when you open the map, it just will not let you drag around. Don't know why. Just another bug in this version of the game. Oh, look at the purple flames. Alright, let's get it to be day. See if Erlov is... There he is.
What's this? Some sort of alien artifact?
Yeah, it's a helmet.
Well, Romanus was right in sending you out there. Good work. I'll be sure and put in a good word for you. Good work getting that straightened out. I'm glad someone finally came along that was able to make progress with it. Archmage Traven is the first to take such a hard stance on necromancy. It upset more than a few people. You know, of course, the Imperial Palace is alien. White Gold Tower, they called it back in the Middle Merethic, when the Aldmeri ruled Tamriel. He got reassigned. To Anvil, I think. Without him around, all this hustle and bustle about the Grey Fox will go away. I never believed in the Grey Fox anyway. I think the Imperium just made him up as an excuse to raise our taxes. Farewell. Good work at Vatican. Jorol is quite pleased with the information now coming in about the site. There is another predicament, which I believe you can also help resolve, if you feel ready for it. Excellent. You have become most reliable, and I assure you that the Council appreciates it. Now, to the matter at hand. In order to deal with the apparent growing problem of necromancers in Cyrodiil, the Council needs as much information as possible. The Mystic Archives have been consulted with minimal success. Guild members are investigating other avenues, but I believe more can be learned here. What little we know makes no sense in a larger context. For example, why was Falcar, who we know now to be part of this cult of necromancers, in possession of black soul gems? The Archmage has other reports of these gems being associated with necromancers, but we do not know why. We don't even know what they do. We have overlooked these questions because we are so focused on rooting out the necromancers as quickly as possible. I'd like you to speak with Tarmina at the Mystic Archives. She is our specialist on Magica Arcana and has been helping gather information. I believe we have been asking her the wrong questions, taxing her too much with vague attempts to make sense of all that we know. Speak with her specifically about these black soul gems, if she knows anything about their powers or creation. An insight into their origins may lead us to those who are responsible for them.
Alright, do I get advancement?
You become more valuable to the guild with each passing day. The guild wishes to reward that, and so you are raised to the rank of conjurer. Accept these robes, and wear them with pride.
One robe of the conjurer. Alright, tell me about Tarmina.
Her expertise in arcane knowledge and lore could be invaluable to us if we can make proper use of it. She can likely be found in the archives now, poring through materials on necromancy. She stops only to sleep at the Archmage's request. Some folks are saying that the Blackwood Company is taking over all of the Fighters Guild contracts. There's rumor they'll lose their charter.
What spells
Only
do you
quality
have?
goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Firestorm. Not as cool as Firestorm from Dark Souls. Ghostwalk. That sounds pretty cool. Just can't cast it. Ice Bolt does 70 points. That would give me a... Well, I don't know that that's actually better than whatever ice spell I have.
Report back as soon as you can.
Alright, to the library.
Hello there.
Look, if you're here for information, I'm afraid you'll have to find it on your own. I'm swamped right now, up to my ears in necromancy. Not practicing it, mind you. Wouldn't want anyone to think I was involved in that sort of thing. I simply meant researching it. Oh, of course you were. No doubt the council is trying to get you to bother me further. I ran Karanya out of here just a short while ago and told them to leave me alone. I keep telling them I can't produce results if I'm not given any time. I'm not used to working under conditions like this. Help? No offense, but I don't see how you can do that. Unless you'd like to take some of this work off my shoulders, I'm beyond helping. But I do appreciate the sentiment. If there's anything specific you need, that may be more reasonable than just asking me about necromancers.
Tell me about the Black Soul Gems.
Now that is a bit more specific. Finally, something I can respond to. Let me think for a moment. Ah, yes, there's one obscure text that references these gems. I believe it's still around here someplace. Unless Falkar never returned it. The name of the book is Necromancer's Moon. I'm unclear on the origins of the text, but it does involve these gems you're interested in. I'm afraid you'll have to find it yourself. I'm so out of sorts with all these requests, I've lost track of most everything. It's very distressing.
Necromancer's Moon.
I believe you'll find it quite helpful. Once you've had a chance to read it, I'd be happy to discuss it with you.
Tell me about the Necromancers.
Why all the fuss now? I thought it would have died down by now, what with the ban on the practice of necromancy and the guild being in place for as long as it has. And yet, suddenly everyone shows up on my doorstep, needing information immediately. Never mind that I might have things on my own to work on.
Alright.
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild,
Yep, already knew that.
the Mystic Archives have a large collection of books. Look around, and you may learn a thing or two. Too big for me. Loud, dirty. Clowns, fools, brutes, and thieves everywhere. I want to throw my gold away. I just dump it in Lake Rumara. Save time. Bye.
Alright, we're looking for a book called Necromancer's Moon. Gonna just go through the whole room. Oh, this is relevant. Manamarco, King of Worms. Menomarco, King of Worms by Horicles. O sacred Isle Arteum. Or would it be like Artium, where rosy light infuses air, o'er towers and through flowers gentle breezes flow, softly sloping green-kissed cliffs to crashing foam below, always springtime afternoon housed within its border, this mystic, mist-protected home of the Sigic order, those counselors of kings, cautious, wise, and fair. 10 years and 30 thrice since the mighty Remans fell, 2 brilliant students studied within the Sigic's fold. One's heart was light and warm, the other dark and cold. The matter ladder Menomarco whirled in a deathly dance, his soul in bones and worms, the way of the necromance. Entrapping and enslaving souls, he cast a wicked spell. The former, Galerion, had magic bold and bright as day. He confronted Menomarco beneath grey Capora Tower, saying, "Your wicked mysticism is no way to wield your power. Bringing horror to the spirit world, your studies must cease." Menomarco scoffed, hating well the ways of life and peace, and turned to his dark artistry, his paints death and decay. O sacred Isle Artium, how slow to perceive the threat, when the ghastly truth revealed how weak the punishment. The ghoulish Menomarco from the Isles of the Wise was sent. To the mainland dawns beauty, more death than souls to reap. You have found a wolf and sent the beast to flocks of sheep. Galerion told his masters, a terror on Tamriel has set. Speak no more of him, the sage cloaks of grey did say. 'Twas not the first time Galerion thought this master callous, unconcerned for men and mare, aloof in their island palace. 'Twas not the first time Galerion thought 'twas time to build a new order to bring true magic to all, a mighty mages guild. But 'twas the time he left at last fair Artium's azure bay. Oh, but sung we have of Vanus Galerion many times before, how cast he off the Sigic's change, bringing magic to the land. Throughout the years he saw the touch of Menomarco's hand, through Tamriel's deserts, forests, towns, mountains, and seas. The dark grip stretching out, growing like some dread disease. By his dark necromancers collecting cursed artifacts of yore. They brought to him these tools, mad wizards and witches, and brought blood-tainted herbs and oils to his cave of sin, sweet akaviri poison, dust from saints, sheaths of human skin, toadstools, roots, and much more cluttered his alchemical shelf. Like a spider in his web, he sucked all their power into himself. Menomarco, Worm King, world's first of the undying liches. Corruption on corruption, till the rot sunk to his very core. Though he kept the name Menomarco, his body and his mind were but a living, moving corpse as he left humanity behind. The blood in his veins became instead a poison acid stew. His power and his life increased as his fell collection grew. Mightiest were these artifacts, long cursed since days of yore. They say Galerion left the guild, calling it a morass. But untruth is a powerful stream, polluting the river of time. Galerion beheld Menomarco's rise through power sublime. To his mages and lamp knights, before my last breath, face I must the tyranny of worms, and kill at last on death. He led them north to cursed lands, to a mountain pass. Oh, those who survived the battle say its like was never seen. Armored with magicka, armed with ensorcelled sword and axe, Galerion cried, echoing, "Worm King, surrender your artifacts and their power to me, and you shall live as befits the dead." A hollow laugh answered, "You die first," Menomarco said. The mage army then clashed with the unholy force obscene. Imagine waves of fire and frost, and the mountains shivers. Picture lightning arching forth, crackling in a dragon's sigh. Like leaves the battle mages fly, to rain down from the sky. At the necromancer's call, corpses burst from earth to fight, to be shattered into nothingness with a flood of holy light. A maelstrom of energy unleashed, blood cascades in rivers. Like a thunderburst in blue skies or a lion's sudden roar, like sharp razors tearing over delicate embroidered lace, so at a touch did Galarian shake the mountain to its base. The deathly horde fell fatally, but heeding their dying cries, from the depths the thing they called Worm King did rise. Nirn itself did scream in the mages and necromancers' war. His eyes burning dark fire, he opened his toothless maw, vomiting darkness with each exhalation of his breath. All sucking in the fetid air felt the icy touch of death. In the skies above the mountain, darkness overcame pale. Then Mannimarco Worm King felt his dismal powers fail. The artifacts of death pulled from his putrid skeletal claw. 1,000 good and evil perished then, history confirms. Among, alas, vanished Galarian, he who shone the way. It seemed once that Mannimarco had truly died that day. Scattered seemed the necromancers, wicked, ghastly fools. Back to the Mages Guild, victors kept the accursed tools. Of him, living still in undeath, Mannimarco, king of worms. Children, listen as the shadows cross your sleeping hutch, and the village sleeps away, streets emptied of the crowds, and the moons do balefully glare through the nightly clouds, and the graveyard's people rest, we hope, in eternal sleep. Listen and you'll hear the whispered tap of their footsteps creep. Then pray you'll never feel the Worm King's awful touch. And increase my alchemy. Ooh. Okay, we're looking for the real Baron's Aya. Okay, then. Just feels like that's maybe not something we want to have in the mage library. Okay. Is that heavy armor increase to 6? Oh boy. There it is, Necromancer's Moon. Okay. Oh, that wasn't a skill book? Weird. Just saw the value of it and thought maybe it was a spell book. Or a skill book. Okay. Brothers and sisters of the worm, despair not at the trials we now face, for our time comes swiftly. The god of worms watches over our order and will deliver us from those troubled times on the day of reckoning. Until then, perform his works in secret, serve his needs, and look to the skies for his signs. The Revenant, the Necromancer's Moon, watches over us all. His form, ascended to godhood, has taken its rightful place in the sky and hides the enemy Arche from us so that we may serve him. Watch for the signs. When the heavenly light descends from above, hasten to his altars and make your offering, so that he may bless you, but with a taste of his true power. Or bless you with but a taste of his true power. Grand soul gems offered to him will be darkened, and can be used to trap the souls of the unwitting, a feat even the great Nagasta would marvel at. Stay faithful to the order of the Black Worm, and in time your loyalty will be rewarded. Soon he will return to set the world right in due time. And those who would stand in his way will suffer eternally at his hands, just as those who stood opposed before. Until that day, you must believe and be patient. Hide in your caves, in your ruined forts, in your secret lairs. Raise your minions, summon your servants, cast your spells, answer the call of the order when you are needed. Watch and listen. All right, now we can talk to her, right?
Have you found Necromancer's Moon?
Yeah, it was just over there.
I believe you'll find it quite helpful.
Do I need to have it in my inventory?
Good day.
Like,
have you found Necromancer's Moon? I believe you'll find it. And yet.
Okay.
Good day.
What is my quest objective? I need to look for it in the Mystic Archives of the... I already picked it up.
Have you found...
Oh my gosh, is the scripting broken?
I believe you'll find it quite helpful. Bye.
Necromancer's Moon. We read it.
Have you found Necromancer's Moon?
Oh my gosh.
Farewell.
Oh my gosh.
I hope I can help. A most interesting text, is it not? We are fortunate that at least one necromancer took the time to record the information. I am unfamiliar with the shade of the Revenant described within the book, but I was never one to dabble in the more, shall we say, amoral arts. You may take that with you for now, if you wish. The Council may have use for it. Please, ask them to return it quickly, as I may need it again. Farewell.
All right.
Greetings, Conjure.
Has Tarmina been of use in gathering information about the necromancers?
Yes, she has, Wes Johnson.
Excellent work. I believe this will be of use to the Council. I shall make sure they're made aware of its contents. I've never heard of this Shade of the Revenant. Some sort of celestial phenomenon? If that's correct, then Bothil would most likely know something about it, as the caretaker of the orrery. She should be on university grounds. A most fascinating contraption. Bothil is one of the few who understands how it worked and kept it running. Goodbye.
All right. Oh, she's just right here. Cool.
Hello there. Is there something I can do for you? The Mages Guild has made more than a few enemies since necromancy was banned. The orrery here is the only one in Cyrodiil. There's one more in Hammerfell, the old one at Stros Mackay. I've heard things, to be sure, but I don't really know anything about them. Is it true that some of our guildmates were killed? Oh, how horrible. Revenant, you say? And it represents something in the heavens? It sounds familiar. Let me think. Ah, yes, now I remember. Falcar was here some time ago asking about just such a thing. Said it was for research. He had a large sheaf of notes with him about it. I'm afraid I didn't have any more advice for him than I do for you. With the Ori in such a state of disrepair, I have no point of reference. Falcar did leave this behind. I think it fell from his notes as he left. I didn't pay it much attention, but perhaps it will be of use to you.
Hastily scrawled note. Primary sites: The Dark Fissure, Fort Isterius, Fort Linchal, Windlebeck. Altars have been raised, anchorites have been called. Watch the skies. Once a week his grace shines down upon us.
Hello!
It's my pleasure. Please, continue. So, Falcar expressed interest in this Revenant as well, and left this note behind, did he? Perhaps we should look into it for more clues. This lists several locations. The first is the Dark Fissure, which I recognize. It's a cave in the mountains, south of Cheydinhall. If there is indeed an altar there, as the note suggests, I believe this cave is directly related to the contents of the book. Go to the Dark Fissure the next time this shade occurs. Search for any connection to what we've learned, and report back. Please, be careful. Anything you find is of no use to us if you do not survive. I believe we are dealing with powerful forces here. Do not put yourself in harm's way if it can be avoided.
What's
be careful.
new with you?
All right.
I've heard that the great house...
Let's see. What is our... Wait! Okay, so I've passed by like certain locations that had like a big red glow above them. I wonder if that's what this has been. Oh. Friend or foe? Foe, I see. Just use the delete spell. Give me your shoes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Did you hear that? She said, I better cut down on the ale. Starting to see things I am. Where is she? There she is. I don't know how I'm doing on weight. Oh, I'm over encumbered. That's how I'm doing. I'm gonna drop this mithril stuff because it's not actually worth that much to me. Okay. Need to drink a magica potion. Alright. It's interesting that it really feels like we're used to there may be kind of hills and stuff that you couldn't walk up. Now it feels like you can go up them, but you feel like you're properly like slow. Like it's like really taking you some effort to get up the hill. Instead of you just kind of like rubbing up against it and sliding down. Which is always annoying. Have I discovered this place? The Doomed Mine. It's like a really ominous name, and all it could mean is like, yeah, we've got this silver mine. It's going to be a great profit, and then they find like a tiny bit of silver, and they just keep digging. There's nothing there. It's just like it was doomed to fail. Dark fissure discovered. I'll go ahead and discover Doomed Mine while I'm up here. Who is that? Is that an El Bandito? Oh, wait, no, that's oh. Okay, let's discover this mine really quick. Yeah, I see you. I guess she said, I'll never take her down. And it was very easy. At a certain point, I'm getting my arrows back. And I should probably just kind of like get rid of some of the arrows in my inventory. Or just stop looting them. Acrobatics increased to 82. Alright. Let's wait for dark. And see if there's lights. The moon. Look at the artifacting around that tree. I'm gonna get above the altar. See, like, I don't think I could do this in OG Oblivion. Just mountain goat. Okay, I think I might have to wait for a specific time, right? Just got a good stretch in. So I think I'm going to wrap up this quest, or this part of the quest line, and then maybe hop off here for a bit, take a break, make dinner, and then, well, yeah, make some dinner, and then probably hop on in a couple more hours and play some more. Aha, see, there's the color. The color. About threw myself. About threw myself off again. No necromancers? Okay. Maybe I need to search. I feel like I don't have enough information. Maybe I go inside.
Hello? Who's there?
Oh boy. Let me just, whack. You're pathetic. Thank you for helping me level up my marksman. I'm over encumbered. It's incredible. Wonder how this happens. See if I can hit the ghost from here. A chest up here? Fine. Ooh, this is cool. Finding a lot of mithril. There's a zombie. I'm still kind of cracked up by how that necromancer just walked past. Dread zombie. Yeah, mort flesh. What do we got in here? Nothing? Okay. Amazing. Great. Thank you. Whatever he was casting did not help him. See, he had the decency to heal himself.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Lots of coffins here. Look at this. Okay. I do think, though, I'm gonna mop this up, like wrap up this quest, and when I hop off, I'm gonna do some kind of housekeeping type stuff for my character. As in, like, I'm gonna sell things, do some alchemy, just things that are boring on the stream. And I'll do that before I come back to the stream, or come back to the game later today. Sounds like a good plan to me. Okay, I think we need to go back and go down that cool looking, like, fissure. Right here. Look at this. This is cool. Get them before they can do anything. It's nice of them to drop all these scrolls that I can sell. Okay, it seems like I've kind of... Oh, you know what? These are all listed as necromancers, right? But that guy that went past me had a unique name. Or like, it was like something of the worm acolyte. Is that him? Yeah, worm anchorite. Handwritten note. Handwritten note. To the anchorites, place your grand soul gems in the altar, pray for his blessing, and strike the altar with your soul trap magic. Your gems will become instruments of his divine power. Evidence that the necromancer is creating black soul gems at the Dark Fissure Cave, as well as other altars throughout Cyrodiil. I need to get this information to Ramnius Polius. Okay. Relatively straightforward quest chain. But I like the concept of, you know, needing to find a book and read it and talk to somebody about it, figure out what it means. Like, I like the general ideas of what they're doing. It's just kind of like the execution sometimes is just a little simple or lackluster.
Have you been to the Dark Fissure yet? We need to know all we can about the necromancers. So you saw them. The altars must be infused with some kind of power to change over the soul gems. I shall pass the news on to the council. Most troubling indeed to know that these are not merely myths. I also fear their numbers may be greater than we believed. You have again performed admirably. You have my thanks, and that of the council as well.
What about advancement?
You are conjurer no more. Guild members shall now address you as magician.
Magician.
Congratulations.
Alright, what tasks do you have for me?
Seek out Archmage Traven. He has personally requested that you see him for your next assignment. The Fighters Guild got Azani Blackheart's ring, not the Blackwood Company. Apparently, the Blackwood Company made the whole thing up.
Interesting.
You too.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and grab the next part of this quest before I sign off.
Greetings.
Good to see you. I can't believe it. The
Hi there.
Grey Prince has been beaten. There's a new...
Greetings. It is high time that we met face to face, don't you think?
Indeed.
Raminus has told me good things about you. You have advanced quickly and show great promise. I now intend to put your talents to a more direct test. I have a difficult task that you can, perhaps, assist with. Are you prepared to begin? Very good. Let me explain what is at stake. The Council of Mages has been aware of the increased necromancer activity in Cyrodiil for some time. It had been our position to sit back and watch what unfolded, but that time has clearly passed. We cannot tolerate these attacks on the Guild. Most of our information on the necromancers has come from an informant inside the cult itself, a Guild member who offered to infiltrate their ranks.
You have someone on the inside?
Yes, and we have for quite some time. Though the information he has provided is limited, it has given us a sense of their scope and power. The Council was initially reluctant to believe the information was reliable, but with recent events, they have little choice but to trust it. I fear that our informant is in danger, and that is why I have called you here.
Who is this informant?
Lucianus Elias. He is not a council member, but has long served the Guild here at the Arcane University. Aware of the growing interest in the Guild after the ban on necromancy was put into place, he offered to help the Council track the cult's actions. With my blessing, he infiltrated the group, and has fed us information for quite some time, until recently. I have not heard from him, and I fear for his safety.
They done got him. They done got him, and they are hecking him up.
The lack of reports from Mucianus has disturbed the Council, and they are now concerned about the legitimacy of his information. A group of battle mages were dispatched to Mucianus's last known location with the intent of bringing him in for questioning. I argued against it, but eventually agreed to maintain order in the Council. I regret that decision, and that is why I wish to send you there.
Where do I need to go?
Mucianus last reported being sent to the ruins of Nenyon Twill, south of the Imperial City. That is where the battle mages went, south of the White Rose River, nearly halfway to the border of elsewhere. I'm afraid I know nothing more about the location, or what you may expect to find once you arrive. I fear the battle mages may mistreat Mucianus if they do not mistake him for one of the many necromancers no doubt present in the ruins. I wish for you to find Mucianus and ensure his safe return to the Arcane University. I do not want anything to go wrong. Please, hurry. The battle mages will arrive there soon, if they have not already, and time is of the essence. If, for any reason, they are unsuccessful, Mucianus's life will be in forfeit. You must make sure he is safe. Go now, and bring word to me as soon as he has been escorted to safety.
That sounds simple.
Thank you. Know that I would not ask such a thing of you if I did not feel it was urgent, or that it was beyond your capabilities. I shall await your return. Make haste.
Good to know.
Mucianus is...
Yep, straightforward again.
Hello, Master Wizard.
I've not always been
Master Wizard. Alright. Let's go to our house, drop off anything that I don't need to sell, and sell some stuff. But I'll do, again, I'll do that off camera, and I'll kind of pick back up here at the house when I return. But yeah, I'm having a good time with the Mages Guild questline now that it kind of feels like it's opened up just a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see see how it goes from there. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for anybody who dropped in and they kind of hanging out or whatever. Whoops. I just want to remind you I will be back later today streaming this, probably in about 2 hours from now, from the end of this stream. Just kind of want to take a break for a bit, get something to eat and all of that. And when I come back, we'll continue the Mages Guild and the Thieves Guild. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys here in a bit.